Hello everyone. So we are doing Epsilon lesson 29 today. Alright, this is a doozy because it's touching on what will happen next year. So we're nearing the end of our book, our Epsilon book, and I was unsure if I wanted to do lesson 29, but I think it'll be nice to just stick our toe in. We're just gonna dip our toe in the pool of decimals. Alright, so don't worry if you don't understand. We have our group Zoom meeting, okay? And if you still don't understand after the group Zoom meeting, then we can go ahead and just FaceTime after that, okay? And I can do it with you, so don't worry, alright? This is an interesting thing, and I think it'll be good, okay? And don't worry, it's only one page a day. Hopefully it'll just be real smooth. Just watch carefully. And if you have a question, just call me afterwards or wait for the Zoom, all right? So the first thing I'm going to talk about with decimals is that a decimal is like a fraction without a denominator and a numerator. What? What does that even mean? It is though. All right. So here we have the thousands place, the hundreds place, the tens place, and the ones place. Now, right now and next year, you'll be learning about the tenths, not tens, tenths, 1/10 place, the tenths place, the 100ths place, and the 1000ths place. There's a TH at the end of each of those. That makes it a fraction. It's not the hundreds place. It's the hundredths place. There's that TH. That means it's a fraction. It's 1/100. So with this lesson, we're going to be raking back up to what we learned a little while ago with our equivalency knowledge. All right, so don't worry. Slow down. All right, I gotcha. What if I said the number 241? Where would I put that up here? Would I put 241 anywhere over here? No, it's not. I didn't say 241 in any kind of decimal or fraction. 241. All right? But if I said 241.5, where would I write that? 241.5. All right? This is just for you to see how our numbers will eventually all line up. We have our point. That point right there means less than 1. All of this means that this is like our fractions. 1/10, it's less than, if we have our pie cut into 10 slices, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Ooh, that's ugly pie. All right, there you go. Okay, if we have our pie cut into 10 slices, 0.5 would mean I have 5 of them. That's supposed to be one right there. All right. Half of our pie, 5 slices, 5/10. 241 whole pies and a half of a pie. 5/10 of a pie. Because 5.5, 5, I'm not going to do that. All right. I'm getting ahead of myself. All right. So my main thing here was just to show you our place value spots. Okay? Now the next thing that is the bulk of our lesson is what we learned about a little while ago with equivalency fractions. Now that's a big word. Don't get me wrong. Equivalency fractions. But what it means, think about it, equivalency sounds a lot like equal fractions. All right? Now the biggest thing with decimals is decimals are always out of tens or tenths, hundredths, or thousandths. What's special about those? The main thing being, it's got to have a value of 10. It's got to equal a value of 10. So if I, nope, not going to do that. Chasing the rabbit. Okay, it's got to be out of 10. So if I have the fraction of half, I have half, okay? I have half, and I want it, half is less than 1, so it's going to be in this section because it's less than 1. It's not a whole number. It doesn't go in the ones, tens, hundreds. Half is less than 1. That means if I wanted to write it as a decimal, it would be behind the point. All right? So if I have half, I want my half to be a decimal, so it needs to be a part of 10. All right. So let's see here. I have half, and I want my denominator to be 10, so it can go in the tenths place. Okay? Now 2 and 10. 2 times what number is 10? 2 times what number? 5. If I do it to the bottom, I have to do it to the top. Okay, 2 times 5 is 10. 1 times 5 is 5. Now, are these fractions the same? Half and 5/10? Yes, they are. They are the same thing. This one is just reduced, and this one is not. But for decimals, we don't have to do any reducing. For decimals, we need our denominator to be 10 so it can go in the tenths place. So if I have 5/10, that means, well, yeah, if I have 5/10, let's see here. I have my half. I had half of my pie eaten. Now I have 5/10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I have 5 slices of my pie. Now there's more people. There was only 2 people, and they were like, yay, we get half the pie. Now there's 10 people. It's like, aw, man. Let's see here. How many people got pie? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. These are the same fraction. So if I have if I have it out of tenths, that makes it equal to 5/10, which makes it a 5 in our decimal spot. All right, because it's out of 10. 5/10, 5/10 out of 1/10 is 5. All right, I know this is next level, but we're going to be learning about it next year. But this is next level, all right? Don't worry, I'm going to explain more. Okay, what about if I had... Let me change my pen. I don't like this blue pen very much. All right, what about if I change my fraction? Oops, excuse me. All right, now what if my fraction is 2/5? What do I need to do if my fraction is 2/5? If I want it to be a decimal, 2/5 has to fit into 1/10. Let's see. All right, 2/5, and I need it to be 1/10, so it fits in the tenths place. What do I need to do for my equivalency? 2 different colors here. 5 times what number is 10? 2. If I do it to the bottom, I have to do it to the top. Okay, 2 times 2 is 4. 4/10. That has the same denominator. My 4 can go in the top. 0.4. 2/5 is the same as 0.4. All right? Okay, now what about, okay, what about if I want to change 3/4 but I want to put it in the hundredths section. What would I need to do? I would need to put my 100 down here. This is where I want to be. I want to be in the hundredths section. This is where I want to be. So 4 times what? 4 times what is 100? I'll give you a hint. Quarters. How much is a quarter? 25. 25, 50, 75, $1. 4 quarters and $1, right? I'm just using quarters because they're 25. So 20, 25. 4 times 25 is 100. Now, if I do it to the bottom, I have to do it to the top. 3 times 25. 25, 50, 75. Oop, I'm good. Okay. 75. 75 over 100. Alright, so that would be, I wanted to go to the hundredths place. 75.75. So 0.75 is the same, or 75 over 100 is the same as 3/4. They're equivalent. Our main goal is to get the 4 in a digit of 10. You can't do like 160. Like, that wouldn't work. It has to be 10, 100, or 1,000 because they have to fit in our place values. It needs to be out of 10. It needs to be out of 100, or it needs to be out of 1,000. All right? Now, this is kind of an odd thing. Now, if you look at this, you can see this and be like, I don't know about this, Mrs. Heather. I don't know about this. Well, just give it a shot. If you need to, rewatch the video, all right? Or just rewind to where we're working, all right? So if I have, let's see here. If I want to change my fraction to a decimal, I can also change my decimal into a percentage. What? A new thing? Decimals and percentages are big because they can equal, because they can both equal 100. Sorry, that was Mrs. Parnell asking me. Let's see. So if I have 0.75, that means I've got it in my hundredths place. How much percentage do you get on a perfect spelling test? You get 100%. So if I have 0.75, that equals, so this equaled 0.75 up here that we found out, and that equals what? 75%. If I had 0.60, that would equal 60%. If I had 0.99, that would be 99%. Anytime you have anything in the hundredths place, it can automatically be changed into a percent. All right? Because when it reaches over there, it can be a percentage. All right? Now, let's see here. I think that is remotely in the general sphere of what I wanted to teach you about this. So I know there's a lot of numbers on the board and it's a new thing, but just take a sec, okay? We have our point. Our point means this back is a fraction. It is less than 1. The point means, okay, we're not doing whole numbers anymore. We're doing less than 1. All right? We're doing equivalency, which means we're doing fractions that equal the same thing. All right? So let's look here. Your first page is very simple, but you still need to know what you're doing. So let's see here. It's going to have multiple spots for you to work. So like how we did let's see, half. Now, what would half be if I wanted you to change it into the tenths place? Oh, tenths place. If I wanted my half to go right here. Okay, my half to go into the tenths place. What would I need to do? We did it earlier. 2 times what is 10? 5. If I do it to the bottom, I have to do it to the top. 1 times 5 is 5. 5 tenths. Now, what would this be if I wanted it to be a decimal? 5 tenths. Right up here, I go to my tenths place. I would put a 5 in the tenths place for 5 tenths. Okay, because this equals tenths. 1/10 right here. So you could say 1/10, or you could just say tenths. Right? So I've got 5 tenths. That means my 5 is going to go above the tenths place. All right? Now, what if this is also number 1 on your, or number 2 on your paper, by the way, if you want to follow along. Okay? Now, what about instead of, okay, so this turned into 0.5, like up there. I'm just doing the same thing. Now, what if I said instead, oh, actually, I needed to go into the hundredths place. I need to make a percentage out of this. What do I need to do to put it into the hundredths place? Do you know what all you need to do is? Because 5 tenths can be, let's see here, how do they want me to do this? All right, you can erase that. Now I want my tenths to become hundredths. All right, how many tens? We're doing our equivalency again. How many tens? 10 times what is 100? 10. If I do it to the bottom, I need to do it to the top. 5 times 10 is 50. 50 out of 100. Now I can put, what I would put right here? I put a 0. Because 0.5 is in the tenths. 0.50 would make it into the hundreds. So if I had 0.50, what does that make that? We talked about if I wanted a percentage, I could look for my hundredth spot for my hundreds and percentage, which just equals 50%. All right? So this is what they're mainly having you do on today, is they're wanting to see, okay, how do you get to, your points and your percents? So, like I said, if you need to rewatch this every day, you can. Or you want to wait for our Zoom, you can. And ask me questions. Alright? But you only have 7 problems today. And 3 of them are done for you. What? Alright? So you might need a refresher tomorrow. Alright? And you might need to watch this again tomorrow if you've forgotten. But yeah, tomorrow it's going to ask you, and today, it's going to ask you to put things in the hundredths place. So be ready to do equivalency. Alright? So don't worry. You guys got it. Don't stress. Still not getting it. Take a break and just wait for Zoom. Alright? Okay, I love you. Good luck. Bye.